Aphrodite is widely known as the Greek goddess of love, beauty, and desire, but her power goes far beyond romance. In ancient texts, Aphrodite could control the minds and wills of gods and mortals alike through irresistible charm. She caused great kings to abandon logic, their kingdoms, and even their loyalty to succumb to her spell. What's more, she was linked to the mysterious girdle of enchantment, which whoever wore it would inspire uncontrollable attraction and submission in anyone around them. In some myths, she manipulates key events, like the Trojan War, which was sparked by her gift of Helen to Paris. But unlike other deities, Aphrodite didn't typically exert her power through brute force, natural disasters, or acts of war. Instead, her influence was much more subtle, operating through emotion, obsession, and allure. Yet her devotees believed that her powers were very real. And to truly understand ancient Greek religion, we must look beyond the superficial level of love and desire and explore the deeper, more complex ways in which Aphrodite exerted her power. So let us delve deep into the ancient texts and uncover the shocking truth about the real power of Aphrodite. One of the most fascinating aspects of Aphrodite's power is her ability to inspire uncontrollable desire in both gods and mortals. In Homeric hymn number 5, addressed to Aphrodite, the goddess recounts how she once made the hearts of all the Olympians race when Hera caught sight of her bathing. Even the steadfast goddess Athena could unresist Aphrodite's charm and asked for her help in winning the affection of a mortal man named Arachne. However, when Arachne failed to show proper respect to Athena, the goddess abandoned her, and she was punished accordingly. This story showcases Aphrodite's ability to inspire desire even in those who are typically immune to it, such as the gods, and that her influence can extend to matters beyond love and beauty. But what is perhaps even more intriguing is how she inspires desire not only in those around her, but also within oneself. The girdle of enchantment, one of Aphrodite's most potent symbols, is said to have been forged by the blacksmith god. When Hera, the queen of the gods, put it on, she became so captivating that even Zeus couldn't resist her charms, and he seduced her despite being her uncle and husband to another. This demonstrates how Aphrodite's power lies not only in her physical beauty, but also in her ability to tap into the desires and fantasies of those around her. In Ovid's Metamorphoses, the girdle is described as having the power to inspire uncontrollable desire and submission in anyone who beholds its wearer. When the Trojan prince Paris was tasked with judging the beauty contest between Aphrodite, Athena, and Hera, he chose Aphrodite because she promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen. This ultimately led to the Trojan War, demonstrating the destructive potential of Aphrodite's power when misused. However, it's important to note that Aphrodite's power was not absolute. She could be thwarted by other deities such as the messenger goddess Iris, who once successfully resisted her charms. Additionally, mortals could avoid her notice altogether if they chose to do so, such as the hero Perseus, who covered his eyes with a special ointment to resist the allure of the Gorgon Medusa. Despite these limitations, Aphrodite's influence over desire and beauty was so pervasive that she was worshipped throughout the ancient Greek world. Her cult was particularly prominent in Cyprus, where she was said to have been born, and in Corinth, where she was associated with the mysterious rites of Aphrodite. These cults often celebrated a secret, more erotic aspect of Aphrodite, emphasizing her connection to sexuality and fertility, while mainstream Greek religion tended to focus on Aphrodite's role in inspiring romantic love. Her secret cults explored her more complex and multifaceted nature, including her ability to inspire obsession and possession. One example of this is the myth of Anchises, a Trojan prince who boasted of his exceptional beauty. Aphrodite became enamored with him and took him to her island of Cyprus, where she seduced him and bore his son, Aeneas, the ancestor of the Roman people. Anchises was so captivated by Aphrodite that he broke his oath of chastity and revealed her secrets to the Trojan elders, causing them to turn against him. This myth suggests that Aphrodite's power could be dangerous to mortals who were unable to resist her charms, and that she could punish those who betrayed her trust. Another example is the story of Pygmalion, a sculptor who fell in love with one of his own creations, a statue of exceptional beauty. Aphrodite took pity on him and brought the statue to life. But Pygmalion was so obsessed with his creation that he neglected her and treated her as a mere object. This highlights Aphrodite's ability to inspire unhealthy obsessions and the dangers of sacrificing one's humanity for beauty and perfection. As we dive deeper into the realm of Aphrodite's power, we encounter an even more disturbing aspect of her abilities, her connection to madness and obsession. In Euripides' play The Women of Troy, the Trojan princess Cassandra, who was cursed to always speak the truth, prophesied that the Greeks would sack the city and burn it to the ground. However, no one believed her because of her supposed madness. In this play, Aphrodite is portrayed as a cruel and manipulative deity who uses Cassandra's madness to fulfill her own malicious purposes. This portrayal is further supported by the myth of Iphigenia, a young woman who was sacrificed by her father, King Agamemnon, to ensure a favorable wind for his fleet. In exchange, Aphrodite had promised him victory in the Trojan War. Iphigenia's sacrifice was a necessary evil to achieve the greater good, but it also demonstrated the lengths to which Aphrodite would go to fulfill her own designs. These myths suggest that Aphrodite's power wasn't limited to inspiring healthy desire and love, but could also manifest as madness, obsession, and even cruelty. She could use mortals as pawns to achieve her own goals, manipulating them without regard for their feelings or well-being. This complexity in her character challenged the simplistic view of her as a mere goddess of love and beauty, suggesting that she was a much more dangerous and unpredictable force to be reckoned with. As we continue to explore the depths of Aphrodite's power, we must also consider her influence on the course of human history. In Virgil's epic poem, the Aeneid, Aphrodite's Roman counterpart, Venus, is portrayed as a powerful and cunning deity who uses her influence to advance the interests of her son Aeneas and the Roman people. She intervenes directly in human affairs, such as when she disguises Aeneas as a woman to protect him from his enemies, or when she calms a storm that threatens to destroy his fleet. In these stories, Venus's power isn't just limited to inspiring desire and beauty, but extends to manipulating events and protecting her chosen people. This portrayal of Venus as a patron deity of empire building and state propaganda shows how the worship of Aphrodite evolved over time, reflecting the changing values and priorities of different cultures. While Venus was associated with the glory and power of Rome, Aphrodite's worship in Greece remained more focused on the individual experience of love and desire. This difference in perception is also reflected in the writings of ancient philosophers, who had differing views on the nature and purpose of Aphrodite's worship. For example, Plato, in his Symposium, presents two forms of Aphrodite: the earthly form associated with lust and passion, and the divine form associated with true love and beauty. According to Plato, those who worship the earthly Aphrodite are motivated by selfish desires and pleasures, while those who worship the divine Aphrodite seek a deeper connection with the ideal form of beauty and goodness. This suggests that Aphrodite as power could be interpreted in different ways, depending on the intentions and motivations of those who sought her out. Ultimately, the true power of Aphrodite lay in her ability to inspire devotion and obsession in her worshippers, regardless of their social status or divine power. From the highest gods to the lowest mortals, no one was immune to her charms, and even those who rejected her love could still be manipulated and controlled by her wiles. So was Aphrodite simply a goddess of passion and desire, or was she something more, a symbol of emotional manipulation and psychic dominance? As we conclude our exploration of her power, we are left with more questions than answers, for the true nature of desire and obsession may be beyond our understanding. What did you think about today's video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.